Today I taste Dongding in Dongding. This is nannuoshan. I'm Gabriele. Today I am in Lugu. Okay, it's not Dongding, but Dongding is just pretty much 500 meters in this direction. I have collected here a few teas and you can check the tea hunting in another video. And now I'm gonna taste them all again because I tasted together with the producer this morning, but of course they prepared the teas as they wanted. It's very difficult also to concentrate on the taste when I have to speak to them, translation, recording the videos, and so on and so forth. So now I feel more comfortable and I will go one after the other in, we will see whichever sequence. And yes, this video will be unfiltered and you will hear what I really think about this tea. All right, first of all, I have to think where to start from. I already anticipate and say sorry for this video being too long because I guess it will be a long video. But that's also why I'm dedicating to it a separate video so that you guys don't really have to see it. If you're only interested in the final results, just check out the website. If you're interested in the hunting, check out the other video. I have to say that only for two of these teas I know the price, for the other I don't, so it will be a blind tasting. This is anyway not very much influencing the overall judgment because they are, I would say, out of any possible scale. They are pretty high in terms of whatever they are and the price they fetch. Let me see. This one here is 2024 one-time baking. I will start with that one. I don't have a scale with me, so I have to go by feeling a little bit. Not sure if I will be able to show that to the camera, but I will try. This is the first one. And you can see hopefully that it is not too dark. It has been baked only one time. It is this year's spring harvest, so it was harvested just in the previous weeks. I think this is a good amount, I guess maybe 4 grams, something like that. I won't fill the whole Gaiwan, and let's see how it goes. Sweet, floral, roasted. These are the 3 things that I smell in the 3 shots, in that order. Nothing to add. Competition tea is a big thing up here. I have here some notes, and basically to every shop, to every producer you go, they will tell you they have competition tea. They want some award, they fetch the first, the second, the third prize, and this is something I'm used to. Every place you go in Taiwan, in China, the tea producer have to tell you how many awards they won. Now, in Lugu is popular, even in the West. It is well known that there is a competition here, organized by, I think, the Lugu Farmer Association. And what I really I had hard time understanding is how it's possible that everyone win every possible prices and award, because if it is just so many tea producer, and I think here in the Lugu area and even the whole Lugu township there are really a few hundreds, how it's possible that everyone has won the first, the second, the third, and so on, right? This is something I never really put a lot of attention to, honestly, because I know that is the classic way that Chinese and Taiwanese do advertise their own tea. And I just enter one here and exit the other, because usually they sell to people that want to sell their tea or that want to give the tea as present to someone else. And if they have a nice story to tell, why not? So you tell them, oh, I want this award. They take the tea, they go back home, they present it to someone. This tea is super good. It won so and so many awards. Oh, really? And the story goes on, right? So I really don't care about that. But still, I was a little bit curious. Very sweet. About all this story. And I did very, very minimum investigation just to find out more. Maybe I will tell you more about it after this tea. Oh, that's maybe more, 5 grams actually. It's quite a bit. It has a good body, although it was baked only once. It is not too light, actually. And I'm rather focusing myself more on finding what is wrong with the tea than what is good with the tea, because how can I say, they're already pre-selected, right? I selected those out of many that I drank. I went really specifically to some producer because I know they have the good stuff. And now I really want, to convince myself and finding out what is wrong. So I'm usually tends to be a little bit on the critical, skeptical side, let's say. Because overall, it's a good tea. And it was a good tea this morning, it is a good tea now. Yeah, good heft, as I say. The sweetness and florality is there, less than at the nose. Maybe also just because, you feel the body in addition to all those aromatics. Let's do one more. Too much water maybe, but there's a lot of leaves, so. So first of all, in Lugu there are 2 competitions. One for spring tea, one for winter tea. You already double up the chances to win whatever prize, whatever award. I don't know if a farmer can participate with more than one tea. Maybe they are limited only to one. However, maybe there is an option of having relatives participating with the second one, your brother participating with the second one, and then maybe behind that there is only one family, and if anyone win, you would put up in your shop that you won something. I don't know, this is really my speculation, but I'm sure they're good at finding way maybe to participating with more than one tea. It is a Dom being on the light side, right? It felt the second roasting is not done, it's not there. You feel it. Is not green, is not excessively grassy. Actually, it's not grassy at all. But it resembles somehow Taiwan. See some brown spots here and there, but also the level of oxidation is right there on the light side. And actually, you know what? It would be interesting to compare how this tea would taste after the second and last baking. Maybe this is something I could propose to them if they're willing to do a small batch, not the whole batch, just a small batch baked on the charcoal basket. So a charcoal baking. The first baking here was done in the oven at then between 100 and 105 degrees centigrade, and just to dry the leaves completely. And for the second one, maybe it would be good to have it charcoal roasted in small batches. It's certainly something that I mentioned this morning to the producer, and I hope they are willing to do that for me. I don't think I need to taste this tea any longer. Of course, I could taste it forever. I put a lot of leaves. But I think I needed just a few brews to really get confirmation of what I tasted this morning. By the way, let's see if the camera is still recording actually, because I was running out of battery before. All good so far. So we move on to the next one. Let's see, the next one would be an aged one. 2 aged ones. Okay, then I jump actually straight to 1, 2, 3, 4 to this one here. This is a 2023, last year, baked only with charcoal. So sometimes they might use only electric oven, sometimes only charcoal baking, and sometimes a combination of the two. So this one is only charcoal. It is a little bit darker than the previous one, but not really much. Yeah. Here the first thing coming to my nose is the roasting. Oh, definitely so. But not too much. A little bit of hood, barn hood. There is something that reminds me of forest. I wonder if I really hit the camera. Yeah, it's a very nice dark green. Very nice color. Not brown, dark green. Alright, here is written that this was baked only one time. Probably long enough, because it's certainly darker and more roasted than the first one we had, although we have also a difference here, 2 different years, that since this one is fresher from this year, should speak for this being more roasted. Roasting fade out over time. This was charcoal roasted, but my bet is that was charcoal roasted for a little bit longer time. And also with charcoal roasting, it's not so easy to control the temperature. Nice amber color. I have to say that so far, the thing that I like the most is the hue of dark green that the leaves have. You don't want to taste, at least I don't want to taste the tea when it is too hot. It's like burning my mouth. First of all, I don't want to burn my tongue or my palate. Then the whole tasting is compromised. Nice. You know what I like of this one is that it tastes baked and roasted because it's baked and it's roasted. But although it's the first thing that you taste, it's not covering everything. It's more a big complement to everything. It's hard to describe actually. Put together a lot of light baked stuff like baked bread, baked grains, baked cookies because it has some sweetness. Corn, there is corn. There are two different teas. Between the two, I personally prefer this one. But I couldn't tell how this became after a second charcoal roasting. No, the roasting is no more at the nose as much as before. But there is a lot of heat. It's a lot of heat coming out, and not just because I brew it with boiling water. I speak about the smell. It's not cooling, it's yeah, you have the roasting and probably you have also a good amount of oxidation. Now with this I will do also a third brew. Actually, I want to push it a little bit. And while this brew, I think what to taste next, because we said we have these two that are both aged, so they will have to go together probably at the end. These are actually just references that one of them I had it this morning before starting the tour, just to have a reference. And although I consider it a pretty good tonding, well, you cannot compare it with this one because this is too light, too green, but I definitely prefer this one to it. Yeah. And then we have these two. Here we have a 2023 winter harvest and a 2024 spring harvest with slightly different level of roasting. And these are really traditional. I will show it later to you. No, it's good, I like this one. It's layered. It persists quite a bit in my mouth as well. Oh, with a certain level of freshness also. I mentioned before there was a lot of heat coming from the leaf, but the aftertaste is rather cooling and fresh. All right. A little taste of this one while I briefly check the camera. We said I will go for these two now, so you know what? I'll charge a little bit my phone from which I'm recording, and then I turn it back on when we are going to start this tasting, so that I'm sure you're not missing anything, all right? Too hot, I have to wait a little bit. Oh.